Hi. Hello. So, I went off the pill. I was on low estrin FE. Then before that, I was on something called Yaz. Anyway, I've been on the birth control pill for 22 years. And I have been off it for 2 weeks now. Starting to feel it. Because, it's, I'm in a totally new place in my life, my hormones, my age, my all that shit. 22 years ago, I was in a completely different place. So now my body is readjusting, and then it's going to readjust again because it's getting off the pill, and then it's like, what's this? What happened while I was gone? So I feel a little bit hormonally kind of like a ticking time bomb, I just, I've been mostly pretty even, but I did notice this weekend, like Saturday I woke up with a familiar old friend called depression. A little downward spiral Saturday morning. And then yesterday I woke up with anxiety. And this is not like me. I used to be like this. And now I am again a little bit, but I'm working on it. I'm monitoring it. I'm trying to, I'm making an appointment with a psychiatrist, but I'm also working with the naturopath. No one knows how to say it. I don't know how to say it, maybe I should say. And she's been helping me with vitamins and herbs and stuff that are supposed to help. But I'm trying to go a little longer without any changes to just kind of see more evidence, notice more patterns. It's very hard. You have to have a real mind-body connection. When you're your back aches or your something aches and you're like, and then someone goes where is it? And you're like, where is it? You're trying to, you don't know, it's very hard to have that mind-body connection. I mean, of course we have one. I mean, how else would you explain nervous diarrhea? But it's sometimes hard to decipher or get specific about, and you want to communicate to the people who are helping you exactly what's going on so that they can help you. But yeah, Saturday, I woke up just right away, just thinking, what's the point? Nothing matters. And I knew I had a show that night, and I was like, why do I perform? What's the purpose? What is this? This is there's no point. Nothing matters. All these, it just was like a mantra in my head. Nothing fucking matters. This is all a fraudulent illusion. Nothing matters. And I intellectually could go, all right, I'm in a bad place. And I'm in a dark place, and I know that I come out of it, But sometimes intellectually isn't. You can reason, and it's hard to go right, okay. I mean, there would be times with PMS where I'd be bananas, and then go, oh God, it's my PMS week, and just knowing that would help me a lot. I'd already feel better just going okay, I'm not going crazy. this is hormonal. But I don't have quite a beat on this yet. But, I got through Saturday. I let myself wallow and be negative. And then I had a show to do, and I just went through the motions. I put on my, I took a bath. I put on my tinted moisturizer, listened to old sets on my phone to kind of just prep and just do proactive things passively, and by the time I got in my car to go to the show, I was to go to Largo. I was really feeling better, and I was like, who gives a shit? Just have fun. Nothing matters. And I was like, oh, isn't that interesting that I sunk into depression because I felt like nothing matters, and it ended up being the same thing that snapped me out of it. Right. Nothing matters. Just have fun, What a wacky mantra that gets me both in and out of depression. So that was my weekend, and let's take some calls.
You left me a message, now I'm playing it for the world. Let's hear some voicemails.
Hey Sarah, quick question. I walked in on my male coworker taking a poo, and he I don't know if he knew who I was, but I saw him and I talked to him sometimes at work, and he's a nice guy, but it was a one-door bathroom situation, not kind of a stall thing, and he obviously didn't lock it. I came in, and I was wearing my mask, so I don't think he knew who I was, but I knew who he was, and he was just taking a poo with his phone, and I see him sometimes around the office, so I just don't know. My question is, have you ever walked in on like a coworker or a friend taking a poo or duty, and how'd you deal with it after? And that's it.
I did once in high school. One of my best guy friends, and we were in somebody's basement playing ping pong. God, I have not remembered this at all, and I don't know why it's so much just flooding back, like detail-wise, because I remember we were playing ping pong, and then he went to take a shower. I think he was going to a date from there or something. He had a date. So he was in the shower, and I'm playing ping pong with, I can't remember whose house we were at, and whoever that was told me this fun fact about that, like, Billy Joel's Cold Spring Harbor was an album. I loved it. He didn't like it because apparently, like, in its transfer, it was mass-produced, somehow recorded at a higher speed or something, the whole album, Cold Spring Harbor. And if you listen to it, his voice is like a little higher. Anyway, I thought it was a cool fun fact, and then I went into the bathroom to tell my friend, just through the shower curtain, you know, or tell him something. And I opened the door, and he's shitting, and he did that, you know, he was doing that thing that some women pull when they're in a new relationship where the shower's running, but you sneak a poop in there first, and we both screamed, and I shut the door, and we just never talked about it again. I mean, I don't have real advice other than just ignore that it ever happened. I think that's a mitzvah to him. I mean, pretend it never happened is an advice I ever thought I'd give, but yeah, pretend it never happened. This should not feel like a burden that you need to get off your chest. I mean, solid, no pun intended, and pretend it never happened. That was a good joke.
It was pretty solid.
It was a pun. That's called a pun. It's the highest form of comedy.
Here's some ads.
What? Brooklinen? It's been a long, tough couple of years, hasn't it? And you deserve rest. You deserve relaxation. You deserve comfort. And who's more of an expert in comfort than Brooklinen? Invest in that comfort and save big with Brooklinen's Labor Day sale happening now. Brooklinen makes beautiful, high-quality bedding and everything you need to make a house a home. I get in my Brooklinen sheets every night. So crisp, so cool, so yummy. And I say the same thing. Rory, nighttime is the right time. And man, is it with Brooklinen sheets. And it doesn't stop with the bedroom. Make every day a spa day with a choice selection from their excellent and absorbent towel collection, available in a number of colors. Freshen up your fall with Brooklinen, the one-stop shop for comfort. Shop the Labor Day Savings event now for savings on all things comfort. And if you can't decide right now, invest in your comfort with promo code Sarah S. anytime. That's brooklinen.com, promo code Sarah S. Way. Hitting the refresh button every once in a while can be so satisfying. If your hair is a little overdue for the same treatment, it's time for the clarifying detox shampoo from Ouai, pronounced Way, spelled O-U-A-I. I have so much shit in my hair all the time. That's why I can mold it into a bun in 2 seconds. I put in dry shampoo all the time. It's just coated in stuff. And I just want to get it all out really cleanly without I have dry hair, And with Way Detox shampoo, you can use it once a week to neutralize product buildup, oil, dirt, and hard water from your hair and scalp without stripping away moisture. That's the key for me. It's great for all hair types, though, even hair treated with keratin, chemicals, color, or a Brazilian blowout. Way was created by celebrity hairstylist Jen Atkin to create the first socially connected hair care brand. Explore their full collection of cruelty, sulfate, and paraben-free hair care, body, and fragrance products. And when you're ready to undo some damage, hit the reset button with their awesome Way Detox shampoo. Go to THEOUAI.com and use code Sarah to get 15% off your entire purchase. That's THEOUAI.com, code Sarah. And we're back.
Hey, Sarah. Before I talk about what I really want to talk about, I just want to say I love your hair. It's so thick, and I just stare at your giant bun every time I see you. Anyway, so something you mention, I don't know if I would say frequently, but more than once, you talk about adoption. And yes, my God, of course, it makes sense. All these children without homes, that need loving families. Completely agree, right? On paper, that makes sense. But I have to say that you can't ignore that innate drive and desire in human beings to procreate, right? I mean, I feel like it's evolutionary and it's biology, and to deny that, it's hard. I didn't deny it. I had 3 kids, and not all women have it, but I had that strong maternal instinct. Loved being pregnant, loved giving birth, loved nursing my babies. And to create a child with someone that you love has been an amazing experience for me.
Just got cut off. Hold on, I need to sit here and silently burp a little bit. Sorry, I had a sip of Red Bull. Absolutely, you sound like you were born to be a mama. I say don't procreate, but, that's easy for me to say. I mean, I love kids. I love spending time with kids, but I'm fully fortified by them, like, after one day of a friend visiting with their kid. I'm not a natural. I'm a mama to friends' kids and my family's kids or whatever. Like, I do feel maternal. I feel maternal towards younger comedians. I feel maternal, but I don't feel that need that you felt, that draw, that chemical, biological, natural draw. So it's easy for me to say. And I know that. And it's probably different with someone, with your own kid. I would probably feel, different with my own kid. I mean, it's like when I said, like, oh, I don't know, I want to get a dog. This is obviously many, many years ago. But I don't want to clean up their poop. And then the second you get a dog, you're like picking up their poop, like, good job. So I get it. I mean, I don't get it. But I do think it's incredible. And I think it's beautiful when people have that innate drive. Sure, totally. I mean, my friends have kids all the time, and I'm thrilled about it. Of course. Globally, it's tragic. But individually in life, yeah, of course. I have a friend that just had a baby, and, it's beautiful. It's exciting, it blows my mind. My friend Nora was pregnant. I'm just like, your body is making a body. It's fucking magic. I mean, it's incredible. We're animals. I get it, and I get that I don't get it. For people who are meant to make children, they should make children. I just know there are also people who have children to save a marriage, to save a relationship, or as an agreement with their spouse who wants to have a child, or pure ego of, I need to make a little me so I can now, do it right this time, raise it right the way I want to be raised, the way I wish I was raised. Liking my bands that I liked, you always see like little kids in like tiny Ramones t-shirts, like that toddler loves the Ramones. It's it's a lot like The Bachelor. You want to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. But mazel to you. Who am I to say anything? Maybe just try to offset the added levels of consumption. But of course, that's when people stop caring about the world at large. I don't have time to worry about an existential crisis. I have children. All right, what else?
Hello, Sarah. My name is Jenna. I am from New York, but not the cool part. I'm upstate with the cows. There's a lot of cornfields. But, fun fact, this is no relevancy to what I'm actually wanting to ask and talk about, but we do share a birthday, so I do think that there's some kind of link, and if not that, then I'm definitely still using it to flex on everybody. But the question I have for you is, as someone who is a performer, I've been performing since I was 3 years old. I am now 23, and the pandemic was kind of the first year of my life that I didn't perform. And I found myself actually feeling really liberated, because what I had noticed my whole life is that I based so much of my self-worth in performance and in creativity. And I almost feel like at a loss and not knowing how to cope if I'm not performing, if I'm not getting indirect praise in that way, I guess. And it kind of becomes like a toxic relationship after a while, because I need to perform to gain self-worth. And then if I don't get a reaction the way that I want to, then it's like my own self-esteem is in question, and my identity's rocky. So how do you deal with that, if you do deal with it? And if you don't, I'll just take any advice. All right. See ya, birthday twin.
Very good birthday. It's a good birthday, December 1st. There's a lot of comedians on that birthday besides me and you. I don't know if you're a comedian, but you're a performer. It's like Richard Pryor, Woody Allen, Bette Midler, Jonathan Katz, Larry Charles. I know. It's bananas. It's a good birthday. Okay, let's see. What can I can absolutely relate, but on the other hand, I have the opposite of what FOMO is, whatever that is. I have I don't have a fear of missing out. It's hard to get me out. I'm very excited about snuggling in bed and watching old Columbos, but I get it. I know what it is to be a performer who wants approval from strangers. Because I am one. Therapy has helped a lot with that. A lot of comedians are afraid to get therapy because they don't want to lose. They're afraid it will make them not funny. And in a way, I understand it, because it makes you have that need to be loved by strangers less, But that doesn't have to be your only drive to perform or create. But yeah, it might be true a little bit. You're never going to totally eradicate that desperate need anyway, so go ahead and try to, because the less you have this need to base your worth on random people you don't know, the better your life will be, I think. That's my plan anyway. I think also a part of the fucked up needs of performers is wanting to make an imprint, wanting some kind of legacy, or like to be remembered. This manic need to be remembered, and we're all going to be forgotten. My dad always says that, and it sounds so bleak, but it's just true. Take that into consideration. We will all be forgotten. Nothing matters. This is a notion that can be, as I said earlier, both depressing and liberating, as I noticed on Saturday. Like, to have a legacy, to be remembered, it's a false goal. It's ego-based. Or maybe it's just a human, like the way a human accepts or deals with mortality, is wanting to somehow live beyond our own death. But yeah, not only will every single person on earth be forgotten, eventually there will be no people left to remember people at all. So our species will be forgotten. We only existed to create robots. Just like dinosaurs existed for us to gas up our Hummers. These statements are not verified. I am talking out of my asshole, but you know what I'm saying, right? So I guess my point is make your life as joyful as possible. And if that includes performing, great. But screw your head on straight and realize that there's that now is all that matters. I mean, you might not plan for a few years from now, too. Ugh, I'm so full of shit.
Here's some ads.
Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep. I'm a huge fan of sleep. It is very important to me. I have a very active dream life, as you know, and I need to be there a lot. And to get there, I need a good quality mattress. That's why I recommend Helix for those looking to get their best sleep ever. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. With Helix, you are getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way that you sleep. I was matched with the Midnight mattress because I wanted something that felt medium to firm, and I sleep on my side. And man, oh man, they got me the best mattress. We just lay on it and we literally comment on the comfort of this mattress. Rory and I were just like, this is ridiculous. It's like your body sinks into it, but not too much. It's everything I want in a mattress. Helix comes highly praised, not just by me. It was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by both GQ and Wired magazine. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. 100 nights! They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/Sarah. Euphoria. Did you know 80% of women don't reach orgasm through sex or penetration alone? Well, if you're a woman, you know that. What, some male scientist telling us this? We know this. I mean, Rory went to the hardware store and I masturbated and it was glorious. And I used Euphoria. And when he came back, he was like, oh my God, I wanted to have sex. I go, no. This is different for me. I don't want to be penetrated. I just want to have a huge orgasm and take a nap. Anyway, Euphoria is on a mission to close the pleasure gap. It was the first brand to create an all-natural product line addressing sexual pleasure for women and people with vulvas. I like it because it's coconut oil based, it's got CBD in it, it's got all the stuff you want, nothing that you don't, it doesn't get sticky. With a partner or solo, Euphoria can help enhance your orgasms. They're going to be orgasms for the ages, orgasms for a lifetime. I don't know what I mean by that. Listen, Euphoria is offering a special deal for your listeners. Get 20% off your first order by visiting www.euforiawellness.com/Sarah or use code Sarah at checkout. That's FORIA wellness.com/Sarah for 20% off your first order. I recommend trying their intimacy sex oil. It's good.
And we're back.
Hi, Sarah. My name is Becca. I appreciate you so much and your genuineness and the content you put out. I got some pretty shitty news this week. I found out that I'm pregnant and I'm in my early mid-20s. Definitely was not in the plan. I've actually been pretty comfortably dating women this past year, but I am bi, so there's that. And I'm not confused about what I'm going to do, but I just can't help but feel like a piece of shit. And I wish that people talked about that more. I always was, obviously am, and will continue to be pro-choice. But it sucks. And it sucks on a level that I did not understand until I was faced with this choice. And I guess I just wish we would afford each other a bit more empathy and grace when talking about this, because there just seems to be so little of that, especially today, and it's really fucking depressing. The father told me that it was a bump in the road, quote, and it was so ridiculous that I just had to laugh at him, because I'm going to carry this with me forever, and I'm probably going to be really fucking depressed for a while after. And it just, how is it affecting him? Not at all. And I guess that just sucks, and I wish we would all stop to consider that.
Well, there are some men that it does affect, emotionally. I mean, you're totally right, of course. I don't know. And I feel similar to him in, like, not that I'm going to tell you it's a bump in the road, but that I don't know that it's for me to tell you or explain to you anything about how to feel. Because however you feel is correct. It's feelings. And I have not ever been pregnant. Politically, I'm where you're at too. I'm pro-choice, very much so. But I would have to imagine it affects different women differently. And it's interesting. You didn't say the word abortion, but I assume that's what we're talking about. We're talking about that you're going to get an abortion. I have many friends who have had abortions who feel very sound about it and are able to move on with their lives, not only in spite of it, but literally because of it. They see a mitzvah in it. But surely there are some people that might be haunted by it. You're smart. You're very articulate on this call. Like, you're able to communicate. Talk about it. You see a hole here where people aren't talking about it. Talk about it. You are talking about it, and I think that's good. You say people aren't talking about it, but you are, and maybe that's something you can do more of if you're so inclined. I do think it's important to talk about it and make it less taboo when women have abortions. We don't say the word abortion enough, I think. It's a procedure. You're this forward-thinking progressive woman from what it sounds like, and you couldn't even say the word. So, yeah, I think people need to talk about it. So many people who are pro-choice have trouble actually saying the word because it's so taboo. Even if we have strong feelings and go out and fight for women's rights, it's funny that the word is still quite taboo. And I've heard Liz Winstead talk about that a lot. I don't know if this is helpful, and I'm not trying to minimize this. There are so many things you can regret in your life. Decisions you made that stopped other possibilities from going forward. That's what life is. That's what this is. And you do that throughout life. You've put a lot of thought into this choice, it sounds like. And you certainly should. But you seem to be very clear that you are going to abort this fetus, and it's okay to have this procedure and to live your life. Gloria Steinem had to get an illegal abortion in the 50s in England when she was a young woman. There was so much she wanted to do with her life, and she just would not be able to do any of it as a single mother, she felt. The doctor who performed her abortion made her promise two things. One, not to tell anyone his name, because it was illegal at the time. And two, that she would promise to do what she wanted to do with her life. I know this because she dedicated her memoir to him, and it was very moving. I can't combine the right words to make you feel good about your abortion. But I think if you commit to doing with your life what you want, that might get you there. If it helps at all, it is my belief that if fetuses were not inside our bodies, it would be a non-issue. If fetuses weren't inside our bodies, they'd just be everywhere. We'd spray for them. But they are inside our bodies, so we legislate them. All right, what else?
Hi, Sarah. My name is Justin. I'm from New York, currently live in San Francisco. I'm actually visiting New York right now, listening to your podcast, and I wanted to leave you a little message. Huge fan. I actually recently have been telling people that you'd be that person that I would have dinner with. I just think it'd be really fun and honest and funny, and I think I'd be a really great date too. They always respond saying that you'd be really intimidating, which is interesting. Maybe. I don't think so. I think you'd be very approachable. Who knows? I don't know what you think. Anyway, I was actually calling because I recently started taking medication for anti-anxiety, Lexapro in the family of Zoloft, which you are very familiar with. I have constant mood changes. I just started taking it, so hopefully we'll see how it goes. But I kind of just wanted to hear more about your journey and relationship with SSRIs and what you think. And I don't know, I'm not about the stigma. I don't really care. I just it's a weird daunting. It's almost I have anxiety about starting it, So I'm gonna stick through, see how it is, just because life needs to change a little bit in that regard. And I'm excited, but I just kind of wanted to hear about your journey. Love the podcast. Love you. Have a great day.
Yeah, I got really lucky with Zoloft. I was really struggling with depression and anxiety, and it was the first thing I tried as an adult, and it just worked perfectly. It's usually you have to really be willing to try different things and give them enough time and see how it is, and if it doesn't work, you try a different thing, and I got real lucky. Zoloft was just the ticket for me. I've been on it since 94. And it's really served me well. I didn't get any of the side effects. I didn't lose sexual desire, or, which some people do, and I got very lucky. Interestingly enough, I'm wondering about my meds, and I kind of want to check in with a psychiatrist because it has been an incredible experience for me, and I felt like I was able to live my life. Before that, I often felt paralyzed with fear and anxiety and anger, and I just couldn't control it. Which has all been stuff that Zoloft didn't fix it, but it unparalyzed me enough to get the therapy I needed and figure shit out and continue to. So I got lucky. I hope to stay lucky if I need to change it up. But that's my story. And good luck with you and with Lexapro. And, you kind of have to be a detective with your own body and mind and be like, how is this making me feel? How am I, is it? It's just very, it's work. So good luck. What else? Sorry.
Hello, this is John in Columbus, Ohio. I love you, Sarah. I love Jesus is Magic and your monk episodes, and especially I love your podcast.
Oh.
I do have a criticism. You try to end your podcast by saying I'm rounding down, but I don't think you're using the vernacular quite correctly here.
Yeah, what does that mean?
You could say rounding the corner or winding down, but you're combining the two. I know how you are about proper language. So. Hey, thanks, girl. Love you. Bye.
What the fuck does rounding down mean? I do say that. Dad, we're rounding down. Rounding down? What does that even mean? Yeah. I mean winding down. I meant winding down. I probably said it 30 times. We're rounding down. I mean rounding down to the nearest number? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, he's right. You're right. I do say rounding down. I say rounding down, I think. That sounds familiar. I say it in a joke. Yeah, when I'm like, Jews make up 1/5 of 1% of the world. Yeah, and then I say, if you round down, there are 0 of us, so fucking relax. Jews will not replace you. Yeah, round down. Rounding down. What the fuck does that mean, Sarah? Winding down. Winding down is what I meant. All right, this is episode 50, so from 50 on, winding down. That's what I'll say. All right, what else?
Hi, Sarah. Dylan from Portland, Oregon here. And I was hoping to maybe get some advice from you about, there's this thing that I do, this way that I behave, where, like, I don't believe in ghosts, like, at all. Like, I don't think ghosts are real. And when people start freaking telling me ghost stories, I have such a hard time taking them seriously. And I always come off like an asshole. Every time. And so I was just wondering, like,
is there a
I
chance
know that
you're
I
an
feel
asshole?
like the easiest way is to just like, no, just keep your mouth shut, smile and nod, and be like, oh wow, that is crazy. But I just can't do it. So maybe you can help give me some strategies on how to fucking be it nice. Thank you so much. Love your shit. Bye.
I'm not sure the question. Are you asking me if I too don't believe in ghosts, or if or how to be less of a dick around people who do believe in ghosts? I don't know. In general, I do not believe in ghosts, but I try to be open. But as I've said before, as I've said before, by the way, yeah, it's science that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. People who have died and left their bodies, I don't know that they become ghosts. But, you can, if you've ever seen someone die or seen a dead body, they are not there anymore. Like, oh yeah, these are like skin suits. Like, they're gone. I don't know where they go. I don't know that they become ghosts. I used to have a joke about ghosts. It's terrible. It never worked. And it was like a jokey joke where I go, what kind of cell phone service does a ghost have? What? Verizon. Raj, are you laughing? You are? So dumb. Okay. But also, riddle me this. No, I'm not going to ask a question, but I wanted to say riddle me this. But I am suggesting that maybe, and this is coming from someone who does not, I don't think I believe in ghosts. I don't know. But maybe you and I have just not had an experience. Maybe it's because we're not open to it. You know what I'm saying? We only use like a teeny tiny part of our brain. I mean, we may be the smartest species, but we're definitely not as smart as possible. We only use a little. That's why I love those movies where the person uses their whole brain, like Limitless. I will always watch Limitless if it's on. I love that shit. Or that movie Lucy. Like anything where they use their whole brain and they basically become like magic. Because our brain controls everything it controls what we do with our body. Like I just told my brain just told my arms to do that. It's basically magic. I don't know, maybe people who believe in ghosts are dumber than you. Maybe they're smarter than you. Maybe they're just more open to what is possible. Like think about like the 4-minute mile. Nobody could break the 4-minute mile. No one. And then somebody did. Someone who didn't know it wasn't possible. And then everyone after that person, people started breaking the 4-minute mile left and right. Why? Because now they know it's possible. But it takes that one person to not know it isn't possible. So if you're open, I think you have more experiences. You know, maybe you should be open to it, and maybe you're the asshole. But also, like, who cares? Just be happy for them. Just be like, oh, wow, that's so cool you had that experience. Like, what are you looking for by challenging it? You know, but maybe that's fun for you, so. But on the other side of it, back to the 4-minute mile analogy and using more of our brain analogy, like, unless we go extinct first, which is probable, there's got to be like a high possibility that we could someday like teleport using just our brains. Is that crazy? It might be. I don't know. But I always think, like, it seems to me once we can get our heads around teleportation, we'll be able to do it. Just like control ourselves. I don't know. I'm full of shit. That sounds so insane. But there's something to it, I think, like the 4-minute mile scenario. All right. As soon as someone achieves something that no one can do, then all of a sudden a lot of people can do it. And it's mind related, right? That's proof that it's mind related. Like, you go, oh, this is possible. And then you're able to do it instead of just being able to do it. Mind-body connection. I sound crazy probably, but I don't know. Somebody sciencey call in and be like, your teleportation theory is true. But it's probably not. All right, what else?
Hi, Sarah. I was just wondering how you're able to not drink alcohol. Thanks.
Well, you're asking, it's really easy because it tastes awful to me. I have a 10-year-old's palate. I just, it tastes like if you mix rubbing alcohol and earwax and then say, sip on this. I'd love to drink. I really would. I mean, but I've been drunk a few times, and I really liked it, but it was immediately followed by sickness and vomiting, and it just is not worth it. Rory will have a glass of wine, and I'll be like, hey, it looks so good, and then I want to take a little sip, and I can't even take a little sip without making a face. It tastes like mayonnaise and earwax and rubbing alcohol to me. I don't know how I know what earwax tastes like. I must have tasted it at some point in childhood or something. But I like to, when he drinks wine, I like to take it and like be a real wine connoisseur, because I hear like jargon here and there that I pick up on. Like, I go, oh, it's got a really good nose. Really good nose. Notes of hickory. It's fruity. It's got a fruitiness. There's an echo of underarm deodorant, kind of. I'm glad I don't drink because I think it's helped me age well. But sometimes I go, oh man, I wish I could have like a shot to like smooth out the edges or whatever, or like a beer. But I have figured out how to do that with weed. Like, I almost like microdose weed. At night, I'll have like some solid puffs, but sometimes before a hike, if I've done all my homework, I'll have just the tiniest puff, just a whisper of sativa. I've been watching 9 Perfect Strangers, and it's made me very interested in microdosing psilocybin. That's for damn sure. Anyway, Dad, we're winding down. We're winding down, Dad, winding, that is. This is the time during the podcast where I say subscribe, rate, and review wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you like watching with your eye holes, check us out on YouTube. You can see the whole show on YouTube. That's the whole kit and caboodle of the show. We wound it down, and now it's over. It's ending.